Alright, so yesterday I went to check out one of the newest horror movies this year, Lee Cronin's The Mummy, and it was fine, but it still just wasn't fully my thing. Me personally, I've still never seen the Brendan Fraser Mummy films, but I've always been a fan of the OG monster movies, so when I think of The Mummy, I think of the literal mythological Hollywood monster. However, considering the director, I was right to imagine they'd make a very different visceral depiction of a mummy, because that's exactly what he did. I mean, his last film was Evil Dead Rise, and when you kind of mesh that atmosphere and gore with the Exorcist's story, this is what you get. And don't get me wrong, this movie isn't a bad movie. To be honest, the practical effects are effectively pretty gross. The film has a big police archaeological investigative subplot that I found some of the most interesting and moving sections of the film. And finally, I found the ending to be way more satisfying than most paranormal horror movie endings, especially since he decided to go crazy and full dead-eye during the final act. But at the same time, that's also kind of my main issue with this movie, because although I really enjoyed his past work in the Evil Dead universe, I just don't feel like I'm watching a mummy story. This movie feels most like a mummy movie when we're digging into the lore, but we're actually dealing with the mummy. It just feels like a typical demon exorcist movie, which is a subgenre of horror that I'm just usually not the biggest fan of, which is expected. But again, when the demon has no interesting or entertaining presence, it kind of just makes the gore, I guess, annoying to watch. And that's also another thing, I'm actually able to handle a lot of gore that most people I know just genuinely can't stand watching, but I still would like something else with my gore. Whether it's wild personalities like he did in Evil Dead Rise, or super outlandish moments like in Final Destination, or even if the scenes are just crazy and darkly comedic like the Terrifier films. I just needed something extra to enjoy the gore in this film. But I don't know, this movie as a horror movie just wasn't creepy or fun. It was just pure disgusting gore just for the sake of being disgusting. But as a mystery thriller, I was consistently locked in. So overall, I'm landing on a fine 6 out of 10.